part two on this cake decorating. You know, the first phase, remember what we did. Remember we cut the layers, we then put maceration, we put cream, remember that? What else did we do? Think about it. Did we add flavorings to it? Yes, we did. We added raspberries. So now today I'm going to show you how we can finish it. But to do that, we got to start with some piping tips, aren't we? But today I'm going to be using a star tip. I'm going to be using our piping bag. And before I actually decorate this cake that we did in part one, I'm going to show you a couple of different techniques that you can use so you can select which one you'd rather have on your cake that you're about to make. So we're going to put some cream in our bag. We're going to fill it up all the way. Now, what is the key? You know, maybe ask that question. What is the key when you're piping? Is there a key? Is there a technique that one should use? Well, I like to use a star tip, but I also like to make sure that my tip is at all times clean, because we're not going to be able to create a design unless it is clean from the cream. So the first thing we're going to show you is how to make a rosette. A rosette is simply this. We'll do it again. Did you miss it? Okay, let's show you again. Press, pipe, creating a circle, and pulling it away. And that is our rosette. The next one that I like to show you is how do you do a shell? A shell is, again, angling your piping bag with the tip and squeezing gently. And we do that again. Squeeze, squeeze, and you're going to be pulling forward. That creates that nice little shell for you, okay? Now, you see we have two different piping techniques here alone. Can I combine those two and make something wow out of them? Maybe. Let's see. What do you recognize as this? Okay, here's our shell. This is somewhat like our rosette. We pull it around like so. And we have, well, it's like a fleur-de-lis, don't we? So again, the same technique of the rosette and the shell combined, and this is what we've got. So now our fourth decorating technique that I'm going to show you is also using a shell technique. It starts off here, pipe it around, and we're going to do almost a sequence of S's, forwards and backwards. This particular one is wonderful when you're doing a sheet cake and something large that you want to create volume. And it's exciting because it goes backwards and forwards. We also have another one that is exciting, which is a rope design. And all the rope is this. And we can continue that. As long as you get even pressure on it, that's the most important thing. But did you notice something else? As I was piping, what I did was I held the piping bag with my hand like so, but I used my other hand to guide it. Whether you're left or whether you're right, it makes no difference. The technique is the same. So again, this hand here was putting the pressure on, but this hand here was guiding me. And this makes sure that you have a consistent product all the way through. So now today you have seen basically 5 different piping techniques. I'm going to show you the rosettes on top of a cake. Now, a standard 8-inch cake, which is what we decorated the first time round, normally has 12 rosettes. So how do you put 12 rosettes on it? Think of a clock. That's the easiest way to figure this one out. We're going to start by putting the first rosette here. That's 1. But the idea here and the trick that I want you to understand is don't lean over your cake. Move your cake around so you can be in line with the first one you did. So in essence, if you think of a clock, I'm actually always at 6 o'clock. You notice I'm moving this around again. So I have a 3 o'clock and I have a 9 o'clock position. Do this once again. And we repeat that process. If you do that all the time, you will be guaranteed that you will always equally portion this out to being 12 portions. 12 portions. And each one is right at the lip of your cake, simply by moving it at all times directly over you. Now, with that, we're going to put that down one side for the moment, and we have some fresh raspberries here to complement the actual cake itself. We're going to place that inside here like this. Move that all the way around. So maybe as you're starting off, if the rosettes aren't as good as you wish, the raspberries do help. Camouflage has a few tricks. So we're going to pipe this all the way around. And we will have, at the end of this session, we will have a beautiful raspberry chiffon cake ready for you to decorate. Now I have one last trick up my sleeve. How about a rose? How about a rose? Can you pipe a rose? Would you like to know how to do that? We're going to show you a trick on how to pipe a rose that you may be able to decorate your own cake. Maybe you choose not to use rosettes. Maybe it's a special time, it's a birthday, it's an anniversary. Maybe it's Mother's Day coming. Whatever it may be, whatever the special occasion is, everybody loves to put roses on a cake. And wouldn't it be cool for you to go home today knowing and understanding how to actually make a rose out of cream using a rose tip nail. Okay? So I'm going to demonstrate this to you. We are using a tip, and you see that here, it's thicker on one end and thin on the top. This is enabling us to make our petals for the roses. We also use what we call in our industry called a flower nail. The flower nail is just simply like this, and as long as you're able to do and move it in this direction, you can actually make a rose. So to do this, I'm going to demonstrate this, and then we'll place it in the center of this cake. All right. First step first, we're going to do the center. So that's first stage, okay? Building a really good center. Wherever we finish it, I'm going to actually pipe 1, 2, and that's your rose, okay? In 5 easy steps, you can make a rose as well. Do you want to see me do that again? Did you catch it? Let me do it one more time. Maybe you need just to see it. Nail the piping bag with our rose tip nail. We will squeeze it. Stage 1. After that, we will pipe 1 like so. And you notice I've done that curve. That's our first petal. The second one will actually start in the center of the first one. So we're actually going to pipe here, up and over. And you have made yourself a rose. This rose then can be placed on your cake. We will remove it, and you can then use that at another occasion. Well, thank you again for spending a little bit of time demonstrating this cake, understanding cake decorating very simply. I know you can do it. Welcome, and welcome to Sullivan University.